Oh, with that being said, because we're so active on social media, I think some of y'all forget that we're not just a show. We don't just do reviews, and we do have a social media presence. So we get to see some of your fun memes and tweets and your jokes. And I think the bunt of that whole joke this week has been Des from Daisy's, not sorry, Daisy's, I'm so dumb, from Never Have I Ever, from Never Have I Ever, y'all. And we have seen the Mama's Boy Guju memes that are coming out of it because everybody is saying the same thing. They're like, oh, he's such a mama's boy, he's such a mama's boy. And it's so funny, especially because like they're comparing him to this specific TikToker who is called I want to say like 6'9" Guju or something. Like he's really popular on TikTok, but poor guy is getting compared to Dez, and they just keep saying like, oh, when he breaks up with you because you know he doesn't want to fight with his mom for you. It's like typical Indian boy. The memes are so funny. They are hilarious. And we love to repost them. So please keep sending them. Please keep tagging us in them. But I want to hear Michael's thoughts specifically on what he thinks about how low the bar is set for Indian men in pop culture.
You know, whenever I was watching, not Never Have I Ever, what was the show with Sima Aunty?
Oh, Indian matchmaking. Oh
when I was watching Indian matchmaking, it was very clear that the spectrum of not only men in general, but specifically Indian men is you are either this playboy figure, you know, fuckboy type, or you're on the very, 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 very opposite end of the spectrum. And with that said, there's definitely kind of these buckets that people fit in, not very much seen in the middle. So would love to just kind of hear, Shreya, from your point of view as an Indian woman, on what you think of that perspective there and what lies within the middle. Do we ever meet any of these men right in the middle, or is it truly just two ends of the spectrum and nothing in the middle?
What's crazy is I think Ben is a perfect like example of what somebody in the middle would be. Like I think Paxton is truly like F-boy to the max who changed, you know, but like he still at heart was like originally a full through and through F-boy before he started making that transition. But I think Ben at the core of who he is like a loyal boyfriend. He's like smart, funny, you know, whatever. Like he has a heart even though he pretends like he completely doesn't. So he's like he wants his parental validation, you know, like from his dad, but at the same time, when his dad's like, I'm proud of you, he takes it and he runs with it. And he tells Davey, he's like, you know, even though you cheated on me, like I still loved you. Like there's like a lot of layers to Ben that make him like such a perfect character. And then there's Des, who's like, if my mom told me tomorrow not to wear the color blue for the rest of my life, I really wouldn't wear it. And
now,
you're like,
the funniest thing that Des ever said to Davey was, well, she pays for my phone bill.
Yeah. He's like, well, she pays for my phone bill. And you're like, that's just what?
Now let me ask you this.
So true. Yes.
Look, this is the true question here. How would someone like Ben fare on Indian matchmaking with Sima Aunty? How would he fare in that situation? And
or
what do you think
wouldn't survive Sima Aunty.
Because the way Sima Aunty thinks that she's like compromise, right? And Ben is willing to like do what it takes to make like a situation work. At least like, you know, even he's literally took Baby back after like she cheated on him and all that, right? So he's clearly like the level of compromise that he has is like somewhere there as long as he likes you. So she's just going to take complete advantage of that situation and pair Ben up with like whoever she wants. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I feel so bad sometimes because I feel like Ben just wouldn't. He's mean, but he's like, he would be too nice on that show. If like, remember how he is around Davey's mother? I feel like that's how he would be on Indian matchmaking.
You know, I was all for Team Des. I swear, I was I had a flag in my hand for Team Des, but then Des, you still let me down.
And there's the issue would be the one relationship for all of us
on that show. He'd be the one relationship to work on that show, but probably the worst outcome out of all of them.
But you know what, Michael? You're gonna have fun next week because the fabulous lives of Bollywood wives are coming. Season 2.
You are making me watch.
You're literally making
You're making me watch Real Housewives, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Housewives of Bollywood.
What is this? It's Fabulous Lives of
Bollywood Wives, Season 2.
Stop it.
No, haven't you watched? We reviewed season 1.
We have.
Scott was
okay. And with that bit, we want you guys to join us back next week so you can hear Michael's incredible review of the fabulous lives of Bollywood wives, because what else would Michael realistically be watching on TV?
I could hardly sit through Sima Aunty, so I'm gonna,
Michael is a Bollywood wife with a beautiful life.
Super fun.
I'm gonna cross my fingers that I actually show up next week to review.
Which means
if you guys wives actually scared Michael off the show.
Which means if you guys want to know if Michael made it or not, you have to tune in next week. So thank you all so much for joining us on this week's Red, White, and Brown with ACSAT Live. We are Shriya, Mira, and Michael. And be sure to tune back in next Saturday for more. Thanks, everyone.